How can you consider a team who spent $6 billion to be an underdog?
You can't. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So like since 2020, Chelsea have spent 795 million pounds, and the next closest is United at 547. I feel like
We are the underdogs.
Yeah, United are the true underdogs. Imagine all the
can't get
hardship they've gone through.
What's up, chat? Welcome back to the Casuals. Once again, we have a very, very fun guest that we had for a WWE quiz. Zaal Choksi in the house.
Let's go, Saal!
We have to congratulate him for finishing first in his university. Very proud of you, Zaal. Switzerland.
Very proud. Congratulations.
Number one in Mary's, number one in Switzerland.
Number one in Mary's and all. Don't push it, bro. Hussein Mahanati was there in school, bro.
But in 10-2, you were number one, no?
Probably. I don't remember now. It was a long
Hey, we're
time
giving
ago.
you the flowers. Just take them.
Yeah,
Accept
actually,
them.
bro.
Thank you very much.
Accept them.
casuals moving up in life.
Yes. But yeah, thanks for coming, Zaal. Lots to talk about. We'll start with some pretty sad news of Michail Antonio, Premier League West Ham player. He got into a car crash. I'll just read the headlines real quick. Once it loads. What happened? The Premier League striker, who has been with the Hammers since 2015, had to be cut from the wreckage of his £260,000 Ferrari FF after colliding with a tree in Therenboy, Essex. With the damage to his car taken into account, the 34-year-old can be considered lucky to still be alive. So basically, got in a car crash, ran into a tree. Someone came and saw him, and they helped him out. They called the cops, and then the fire department had to pull him out, and he was in a really bad condition. I think he's recovered now, and his first statement was, "Thank you to all these people who've helped me get out of the situation."
Yeah, get well soon, Michail Antonio. If anything at all, like I said before the shoot, get in touch with Rishabh Pant. He's been there, done that.
Oh my God.
He probably will help you out.
Also, like shout out to F1 technology, because without that, there's no.
F1
F1 is
Gusaida.
I will
Season
die
is
on this
over.
hill.
Champion is decided.
All this technology trickles down from the top tier motorsport safety, hybrid engines, etc. Like if you look at the picture of the crash 20 years back, there was
Insane.
no chance a driver in that driver's seat would have survived anything. But yeah, pretty crazy how he's. I think he just broke his leg, which is
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to have 2 or 3 surgeries. And they're saying likely out for 1 whole year, but he can make a comeback. So that's why it's a good thing to have hope in these things.
No, prayers up for him 100%, bro. But it's like it's so fleeting, right? Life at any moment can just disappear from you just like that. Basically, it's crazy. So
get him in your FPL while he's cheap.
Oh, my
Oh
God.
no.
cut that out from this. Cut that out.
So he had one of the best goal celebrations when he brought out a poster of himself and started celebrating. So giving us some good moments for sure, Michail Antonio. Get
He
well
also,
soon.
he also has. I don't know if he still does it, but he had an amazing pod with Callum Wilson, and both of them would go back and forth on
Maybe now he'll maximize on that.
it. But that's bad for us, no? Then
They were
Oh,
trash.
another competitor.
another
They were
competitor.
trash talking Richarlison in that podcast. I don't know if you'll ever
Yes.
remember this thing. What does he do as a striker? And I agree. He's a trash striker. Never keep him in your FPL team. Spurs player at the end of it as well. So,
Okay, moving on to this or that. Wednesday nights. Here's the question. Would you rather give up watching sports or playing sports? Sattu, we all know your answer, but go for it.
this body is not built by playing sports. It's built by watching sports and eating snacks while doing it. And once you turn 60, you're not going to be playing, right? Then you'd rather imagine not being able to watch when you're old, when you're injured. Yeah, I don't think this is a debate at all.
but did you say 60 or 16?
60.
Under 16 after that.
Exactly. You peak in high school and then it's over. It's all over after that. No, I'd also much rather watch sports than play it, simply for the fact that you can watch sports for a much longer period of time than you can actually physically play before you feel washed, at the end of it also.
When did you start feeling washed?
I don't know, maybe a couple of years ago. I can't lie.
So I think last week, if you would have asked me this question, I would have said playing sports, but I've flipped
You
and
don't
I've
care
gone
about
to
the business.
watching sports. I'm saying watching sports because, like Zaal and Sattu said, once you get older, people around you also stop playing sports. So then it's tougher to find people, and then you have to enter like weird shit like running clubs and talk to all these random people, and there are people trying to mate with each other and not really play the sport, and then I just get frustrated in that entire gym jam that is happening. So
like the mating.
yeah, I can see myself sitting alone watching sports for the rest of my life and be very content, as opposed to going and meeting all these people at run clubs and pretending like, hey, I really give a fuck about you. I'm here just to play my sport and win.
Right.
spoken like a true competitor who doesn't know he's washed yet. So,
Is going to the gym allowed?
Going to the gym is
that-
allowed.
of
Yeah,
course.
that's not a sport,
Yeah, then
right?
easy. We'll watch sports. It's good for our business first off because we talk about sports and this and that.
Business
and-
first.
Exactly. And as long as I go to the gym, I'll be in shape. I don't need to play football, paddle, nothing right now. So
Yeah, I think I'm
It's
just
okay.
very put off by all the running group reels that have been coming on my
like it become
IG.
like almost like a dating app. Though,
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And like you
Isn't
should
your
join.
mommy in a running group? No, but seriously.
No, I told her to leave it.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I told her to hit the gym.
Enough
and
is enough.
Yeah, I'm very worried about you. You need muscle density and muscle
Okay.
mass. Is that?
Yeah.
Bone density.
Bone density.
Bone density and muscle mass.
Both. Yeah. And that
Yeah.
comes from lifting weights, not going and
To
meeting
these
all these
run clubs.
run
Yeah.
clubs. We
I
all
have
know
a-
what happens over there.
I have a question. Can you still follow sports if you're not watching sports?
Sure, but then what will you be following?
So like
Instagram and
you s-
Twitter, basically.
You still keep up with like the scores,
Mhm.
what's happening in the say Premier League for
For
example,
this-
but you can't watch the
For this
games.
debate, the debate's sake, I'd say no keeping up with sports. Like
Yeah, you can't
you're-
even watch like those goal highlights or anything
Yeah, no,
like
no,
that.
you can't
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
any highlights.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
but you can still know
you
that okay,
can't be,
Arsenal won.
Yeah, you can't
Okay.
even like when you're drunk, you're just coming out from
Why
a
are you arguing this? You don't play. You're not going to ever play.
yeah. When you're super drunk and like you're kind of down and you come back home and put up like Henry's best goal highlights, you can't even do that anymore.
Zero latency doesn't count as like a sport.
Why?
It's not a sport. Zero latency is what?
It says, I don't want to give free shoutouts.
No free
Although
shout-outs.
I had a lot of fun there.
Yeah, but no free shout.
No free shoutouts. Okay.
But check it out. But
check
no
it out.
free shout.
Lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, FPL. Game week 14 and 15. We were below average by 4 points in both weeks. So, here we go.
Shit.
4 points.
Again, even after all the changes we made.
Magic Mix's exams have ruined us.
It's because Magic Mix is busy. He has his exams going on. We don't really want to trouble him. Otherwise, we would have been on top of the shit
Here
and
goes.
trying
At
to
this
like.
point, I'm convinced you're just wasting your money. Like,
No, at this point, I just remember FPL exists when this entire thing happens. And
Yeah,
I'm like, oh
same.
shit, I forgot to make the changes
But do
again.
you change your personal team?
No, I've given up on
Okay,
that.
then it's
also.
fine. If you would have done that and not,
Yeah.
then it would have been a little issue.
No.
We'd have to discuss.
I've given up on Premier League, FPL. For the time being, we are going to make a comeback though. When Magic Mix's exams are done,
Yes.
we are going to sit with him and tell us to do.
The weight of this guy is not going to change.
And we won't argue with Magic Mix.
Yes.
Yeah, if anything,
Oh. That'll be tough.
and we'll get our ideas across to him. He'll take it into account and then he'll
Do
make
whatever
those
he's
smart
doing.
decisions.
Yeah.
As long as he lets us talk.
Quick leaderboard update. Anand Agarwal, Ben Mees, number 1. Far555, Vacha, Farhan
throw up
is
the-
at
throw
number
up the
2.
C.
Sorry. Forgot about
Yeah,
that.
he got
Farhan from
damn pissed.
Kushrubag. Shout out to you, bro. Well done. Good
Yeah.
good job in IFPL, bro. Good job.
And then Jeshad from the other Parsi, ABCDFC has moved to 3rd.
Only if he had a different name, he would have probably been
Yeah.
first, right? I'm
He's
just
out
going
of
to say
town now,
that.
that's why.
I said it like 10, 20 episodes ago that his name was not good enough to be on top. And I was right once again.
How are you guys' teams doing?
You want to go
No,
first?
you
have a
go
lot of
first.
faith.
You're
I'm
doing better. Go
still
ahead.
cooking. I was like 46th 2 or 3 game weeks back. I'm 16th in the casuals now.
Ooh.
Less than 100 points away from the lead.
Let's go,
So-
Sattu.
We are rooting for Sattu to win, obviously, because then the
Should we
stage here.
channel all our energy into Sattu's team and try to make
Please
him
don't.
win?
I want zero involvement from either of you.
But there's zero involvement going on in our team also right now. So I don't think it'll change much, but sure.
Zal, how are you doing?
Absolute trash for the past few weeks. I kept Haaland instead of bringing in Salah into my team when Salah hit his form and Haaland went into that stay humble rut of his. So it's been kind of really bad for me for the past few game weeks actually. I'm
Zal?
50 something in the casuals league, I think.
You know, it's actually not our fault. We surround ourselves with all these losers who are really bad at FPL and it's rubbing off on us.
And he has the shittiest name also, Zal's team. Michail's Merry Men.
What's wrong
Yuck.
with that? Y'all tell me.
There's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
it. I'm an
exactly.
Arsenal man.
Yuck.
There's nothing negative I'd ever say about the team.
Yuck.
So,
You can't even do that for your FPL. You'll change managers halfway through the season like this.
boom, roasted. Done.
All I have to say. Okay, this past weekend's games, we'll start with Spurs, Chelsea, 4-3. What a game. Spurs have absolutely blown it like they always do. Kukurea made 2 mistakes, changed his studs.
That
then
was
the game
so
flipped.
funny, man. And did you see what he did after the game? The studs that he was slipping in, he took them and he put them in a bin. And he took a picture of that and he storied it.
Bro, he
And
does
that's-
all of this
they
for
were
attention.
Puma
That's a,
boots.
that's a tough reach for Puma because
Yeah.
he shifted to the previous version of the same boots he
Yes.
was wearing, and then he had a killer game for
Yeah.
the rest of the match.
And that was a big day for them because they've like backed Cucurella after his entire Europe performance,
Damn.
given him like a big contract, and now he's completely
He should
thrown
have
him
just
under
signed
the
it
bus.
and give it to some kid or something, you know?
Yeah,
like,
we would never do that if you decided to sponsor us. I would tattoo.
tattoo and put on my
Tattoo
head.
the logo. Yeah. Puma, we love you. So, Cucurella, do better.
Yeah, but then Sancho scored a banger, which is an anomaly. And then 2 penalties from Palmer, Enzo Fernandez, Zaal, single Enzo. What do you have to say?
So, like I said, bro, Enzo with a family was just not it, bro. Enzo without a family, my God, wow, he's looking like World Cup Enzo once again, bro. And good for him, honestly.
So the baby bump did he just have a baby or something, or he got married,
No,
or what happened?
No. So he
Reverse. He
the
got
exact
divorced.
opposite.
What
so
happened?
he got married or hitched to his wife super young, like when he was like 19, 20.
Okay.
And now he's like 22. He's like, dude, I need to be single. Like, I need to go out, I need to party, I need to experience life.
Also, that huge contract.
Yeah, exactly. He's got a bumper contract from Chelsea, which is going to death row records for another 10 years, however long he's there for. And he's balling out right now. It's like they're putting comps of him next to Andres Iniesta. So you know basically how well he's doing for himself.
Yeah, his numbers in the past 5 or 6 games are incredible.
9 GA in the past
Yes.
6 games or
So
something.
he got rid of his family.
He left his wife and his kid and is
Oh.
just doing his
Yeah.
thing. Like,
Let boys be boys.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that at all.
No, that's what you're saying, Zal. Which I don't agree with. No, that's
I'm not saying it.
That's
I
not the
wasn't- no, no,
sentiment we are trying to push.
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
captions.
Yeah.
Family first.
Family first. Business first, family also first.
And his form has been reciprocal with Chelsea's uptick in form as well because he's been getting them, those game-breaking goals. Like he'll take them 1-0 up or he'll take them 2-1 up every single time. So it's like, I think there's a term for it called open XG threat or some
Oh
nonsense
my
like that. or
Yeah, of
something.
course. I mean,
Yeah.
we know exactly what that is.
Set piece FC, but it is
Yes.
what it is.
They're doing a
Sattu?
little too well, bro. I'm not enjoying this.
Yeah,
Thank
they're
fuck
second
Zio
right
isn't
now.
here.
So I know, Zal, you wanted to talk about the narrative that is building around Chelsea, that they are kind of these underdogs and they've finally come into being. Are we doing that right now or later?
Yeah, no, we'll do it.
Yeah. So do you agree with that entire underdog narrative where like they're finally kicking on, they have all these young players, they've had last 2 years have not been that good for them. So what do you think about
when
that?
I came on the show earlier in the year, Zias and I were having a discussion. He said, like, what do you honest opinion of Chelsea? I said, in the next 2 years, if you'll keep this current core with these players that you'll have bought for, $6 billion or whatever you'll have spent and gone into whatever for. But I mean, Enzo Maresca has really tweaked a couple of things. He's put, I think, Caicedo as an inverted fullback,
Yeah.
in their new system, pushed Enzo Fernandez further up forward, letting Palmer be a little more free around. And he's got runners around Palmer as well. And Palmer's transition passing is absolutely one of the best we have in the league. But Chelsea are doing really well right now. But their underlying statistics are showing them finishing around 3rd or 4th this season. So let's see how it goes for them also.
But how can you consider a team who spent $6 billion to be an underdog?
you can't. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, since 2020, Chelsea have spent £795 million, and the next closest is United at 547. I feel like
We are the underdogs.
Yeah,
but
United are the true
Yeah.
underdogs. Imagine all
can't
the
get
hardship
away-
they've gone through. Yeah.
But you're talking about net spend.
net spend.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
can't get away with this narrative. Like, City gets roasted every fucking weekend for 115 charges and this and that.
It's
and
This kind of
150 or something now. 130 now.
130. Yeah,
30.
plus 15.
Yeah.
After Pep scratched his face. So,
This kind of success should be expected from them. It should not be any kind of surprise. If anything at all, they should be doing a little better.
I mean, last season, what did Gary Neville call them? The blue £1 billion bottle jobs or something, right? Was it in the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup final? One of those two finals, he called them that. But I mean,
BBBJ.
they spent another 300. They spent another 300 million in this last summer window on Neto, and they got rid of some players as well. But I mean, they've built a really good squad. Now it's all about keeping that squad healthy and competing. Unlike what Arsenal has been able to do for the past few weeks, because we only have one fit defender at this moment, which is William Saliba.
He's right. I mean, he's spitting facts. But also on Tottenham, I feel like they get away with this bullshit every season.
Because no one considers them a good team.
No one cares
But
about them, bro. What
yeah.
did Jack Wilshere say in our FA Cup celebrations?
But yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
shit.
So-
But like also being a Tottenham player, is probably one of the best jobs to have because you exist in that mediocrity.
No
And
pressure.
No pressure. You get paid millions. You're playing for one of the best teams in the Premier League, in the best league. And when they do too well, everyone loves you. But when you're shit, your manager gets the blame.
It's a
And
suicide,
not even manager
yeah.
this time.
It's a suicide style of football. They play with the players who are incapable
Yes.
of playing it in the first place. You know, you can't have your two main centre backs who are transition monsters like Romero and Van der Ven who can stop a transition attack every single time out, and you're playing with fucking Dragusin in your defense. You know, at the
that
end of
poor
it.
guy was fighting for his life.
Yeah,
But-
so they've blamed Mourinho in the past, said that he's too fucking...
Mourinho hates Spurs.
Antagonistic.
Mr. Levy.
Yeah,
They sacked him
standards are
before a
slipping.
final.
Yeah.
The
And-
only person who could probably beat Pep like that in the final, besides, you know, Eric Ten Hag, you know, your big boss.
Yeah.
They should have kept him, huh, Tanai, seriously.
And the players hated Conte also. They said that he was too boring and training got too repetitive. The mood in the dressing room was too dark, and now they got Postecoglou. Feel like they're going to bin him also eventually.
And every one of these managers you named has been successful before they came to Spurs
Yeah.
and typically after they've left Spurs as well. So clearly at
Because
that
Conte is
point,
killing at Napoli right now.
Mourinho's...
And Mourinho won
won
the
Roma the Conference League or something like
Yeah,
that, right?
bro.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he
yeah.
got that
emotions.
So
That tattoo looks
And now he's in
disgusting.
Turkey, you know. Look where they play, how they play, if they play. You know?
I have a question on this. So I think in that left wing thing that we were talking about in the Premier League on YouTube, on the short, we got like a few comments saying, "Oh, Luis Diaz, Son, etc." But from this is basically that
I
there's
know,
no
I know,
good
I know.
left wing.
I know what you're talking about.
But like Son's been looking bang average. I mean, he's been missing these.
He missed that sitter, yeah.
Okay, maybe sitter is a bit harsh, but like he's definitely not the same player he was like 2 years back as well. And I think it all started from that fucking goal he missed
Versus City.
against City.
On
Are you
purpose.
saying-
I
are
will
you-
hold it till my deathbed that he missed that. I've seen him put in the top corner like a million times. That same shot. He's done it against us. He's done it against every single team. But he just had to make sure we would. You know, honestly, as a true hater, I respect that side of the bargain. But, you know, it is what it is.
Well, Pep's reaction to that was also too good. He's like, hard.
Postecoglou's reaction was like, what the fuck are these players? What the fuck are these fans? They don't want to win. They care about their rivals so much, it's gotten into their heads.
But let's be honest, we would have all done the same thing if our main hated rival was in a position.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To win the
Absolutely
league.
not. No, I would have put
Shut
it in.
the
I'm
fuck up,
like,
Sammy.
integrity up my ass, dude.
I really don't know what I would have done. It
Nah,
depends.
nah,
I would
you
have
know,
taken
you-
the shot and said, Inshallah. If it goes out, it goes out. If it goes out, it goes out.
That's what
you know.
Son did.
Or you do a no look.
No. Son definitely missed on purpose. I can promise you that. Like, you know, when his autobiography finally comes out 20, 30 years from now, he'll have mentioned it. It's like, I had to put it to hit it straight into Ortega's legs or whatever it was.
Will he write it or his cousins? You know?
Ask Bentancur about it. Don't ask me about it, man.
Yeah, Zaal will be on the casuals still then and he'll be so close to the camera saying, see, I told you guys! Roll the tape!
Son, you prick. Okay, Fulham versus Arsenal, 1-1. Raul Jimenez, great play, great finish. Your boy
Fantastic
was
goal.
involved in it. What's his name?
Emil Smith Rowe laid the ball off
Emil
and then they
Smith
put the
Rowe.
ball.
Yeah, he had a nice touch
yeah.
and then Iwobi did not get the pass and then whatever. Jimenez
Yeah.
got a good goal and then Saliba from a corner.
Of course.
Arsenal, besides that, didn't do too much.
No, I agree to an extent
and
that
same
we didn't
against
do.
United, I would say, besides
No,
the
we
two
kicked your
corners.
ass. United,
Bro,
we
y'all
didn't-
won is fine.
We
but
didn't have to get out of second gear to beat y'all. Y'all are probably the worst
Yeah.
team to
I'm
play in the
saying
Premier League
y'all-
in general.
I am not defending United
okay.
at all.
Okay.
I'm just saying, y'all didn't create any more chances besides the two corners that went in.
Of course we did.
Not real chances.
The
bro.
offside goal.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
yeah. No,
If
there
you're the
was-
easiest team to play, you should have six offside goals.
Are we
na?
talking? No, are we talking about the Fulham game or United
United
game? Right?
first. I'm saying you guys haven't created that much in the past two games.
No,
that I've watched.
Onana pulled off a couple of brilliant saves. One on Havertz and one on Saka in the same match.
And somehow United goalkeepers always show up for an Arsenal
Yeah.
game. And
Never forget
shit
that
the bed in the other
David De
games.
Gea's performance against Alexis and
Save the
Lacazette.
Titanic.
What a
What was it,
cat.
11 saves?
14 saves
14
in
saves
one
in
match.
one
Imagine
game.
this FPL score for that one, bro. Crazy.
Okay, but go ahead. Fulham, Arsenal.
No, I mean, Fulham played the same way they play against usual big teams. They put up like a mid block to a low block and then try and hit you on the counter, which they did absolutely fantastic with Raul Jimenez's bottom corner finish. Fantastic goal
Yeah.
as well. I didn't think Raya had any chance of saving it whatsoever. Then we got back with breaking it down via another whipped delivery by Declan Rice. Wow, he's getting really, really good at those
And nobody's
deliveries.
giving any credit for it. Huh?
He's brilliant. No, he's
Yeah.
I'll give you the credit. Dex.
Yeah, we should
You
give him
are a brilliant. Your delivery from that corner is absolutely
Better
fantastic.
than Beckham.
Better than Harry Kane.
Better than, oh,
When
yeah,
he was
Harry Kane was on corners for England. Wow, that was a throwback. My God. Yeah. But no. Definitely, Declan Rice, you deserve your flowers for those deliveries. You've improved so much as a player, playing in that advanced 8
Oh my
position as well.
God. Heartfelt.
No, I mean, he gets so
He's
much.
up on a stage elocution mode.
He gets so much stick. He gets so much stick because he's probably the best holding midfielder in the league alongside Caicedo, but he's playing further up the pitch and he's still putting in his deliveries and everything.
He's just getting stick for the sake of
And
giving
it's
him
because
stick.
he has an Arsenal shirt on.
And the price tag
No
as well.
other reason.
There's
But
no
he
reason for the
doesn't-
price
I don't
tag.
think he deserves it. Assuming what reasons people have to hate him.
No, funnily enough, now Enzo Fernandez is the best midfielder in the Premier League after being a flop for 2.5 years. You know?
But
know
you
how
said it
fickle
yourself,
Twitter
bro.
is, man.
Sorry?
You said it yourself.
Yeah,
Single Enzo.
Post-family Enzo is,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
He's digging into the real facts.
Okay.
So he deserves to flip-flop.
And Havertz, nice setback for Saliba. Saliba puts it in open.
Let's be honest,
open
Havertz
net.
went for goal.
I don't think so. It's always a tactic. We did the same thing against
Yeah.
y'all. I mean,
his ass
Partey
and
headed it
yeah.
back.
Except
and-
that none of their centre backs
And then
came to defend.
Saliba, like that practice shot off
Yeah,
his bum.
off
I
his
don't know
bum,
if
yeah.
any other player could ever do something like
No,
that.
maybe
Impossible.
Chicharito, no? He had that clinical finish of his head, of his shin, anything.
Of anything, yeah. He would just run towards the goal and
Bro,
hit something.
Who is
Bundle
the
the-
Premier League winner multiple times out of all these players? Chicharito or Saliba?
Saliba
Saliba
just
will
started
get
playing.
there.
Oh,
Yeah.
he just
He'll
started
get there.
playing.
Yeah.
It's rumored that he's
He'll-
going to sign his contract extension at the end of this
Oh.
end of this year as well. So it's looking good for us.
Madrid are
Thank
coming.
God.
And
Thank God.
if Ballon d'Or wasn't a rigged award, he'll probably get it in the next 5-6 years.
We're
'cause
talking
he's
about
that
William
good.
Saliba?
Yeah.
Bro, you cannot say Ballon d'Or is rigged. We are Messi
No
podcast.
centre back is winning the Ballon
No,
d'Or.
I'm
till
saying
they're alive.
after that.
After Messi won
Virgil
eight,
Virgil
yeah.
came
After
the closest
Messi,
I've ever seen, and
Yeah.
what a season he put forth, bro, to even get on that podium.
I
But-
think Saliba is way better than Virgil. He's going to be way better than Virgil. He's
Going
going
to
to do it for consistently for many years.
Virgil was nowhere where Saliba was at 22.
Exactly.
But I cannot say that
If you're
Saliba is going to
projecting,
be...
if you're making the right projections, he's going to be out of this world.
Sammy, don't push it, bro. Like I said, like, don't push
Yeah.
it, bro. We're talking about Virgil van Dijk, bro. This is an all-timer conversation, bro. We can say Saliba's probably the best centre-back in the league right now alongside Van Dijk. But Van Dijk's in his 30s now, bro. So it's like, at the end of it, we
Fine.
have to pay our respects to Virgil, bro, at the end of it.
Zal has spoken. So I have to
Liverpool
listen
have
to him.
4 all-timers in their squad right now with Alisson, Trent,
Salah.
Van Dijk and Salah in their squad. So they are doing really, really well for themselves as well. So, yeah.
Arsenal, Fulham,
Yeah, I
you
think
guys.
just longer term from Arsenal as well. We used to play some really free flowing football under Arteta, high scoring. I think like last season is the one that we finished second, but we had the most goals scored last year.
It was last year when we broke our Invincibles record as well. We were playing, super defensive, but in the second half of the season, we were smashing teams 5-0, 6-0.
We had that dip, and then we rose to our
Back.
form
And won the
again.
league or no?
Yeah, continue.
But yeah, we saw it against Sporting as well. I don't know, like I feel like it's there, but we know this tactic probably works against most teams, which is why we use it, and then it kind of backfires, I guess.
I also think it's been like 2-3 years, and teams in the Premier League, they'll read you eventually if you don't keep changing your tactics. So I think going forward, something has to change. Maybe new players. I know Zaal, you were talking about maybe Isak or getting someone on the left wing with Nico Williams.
No, 100% we need a left winger.
100%, I think we need a striker.
Wissa, right?
No. I'm fine with Havertz
Wissa.
and Trossard rotating up front. Trossard can come on for Havertz after the 70th minute because then he's the best
But it's-
super sub in the league.
So
if he starts a game, he is dog shit. I'm sorry. That guy's touch sends it back 15 meters. It reminds me of Lukaku's touch to an extent, at times.
Exactly, and that's the reason why I feel like we can't rely on Trossard to be that number 9.
We have a game breaker on the right, which is Saka alongside Odegaard. We need a game breaker on the left. Suppose Isak, who can dribble past 4 players, or Nico Williams, who can do the same, whip in the crosses, left foot, right foot, it doesn't matter.
Let's not push him
In
with
my
Nico.
ideal scenario, I
You
would
saw
have...
him in the Euros,
No, I'm
right?
not saying I'm saying he's great. He's not going to Arsenal, is my point.
I mean,
He
you
is
never
linked.
know.
Yeah. I
He's
mean,
linked.
Linked.
manifestation, dog.
Yeah.
Just put it out into the world.
I'm putting out as a suggestion as like Isak or Williams would be my top 2 choices. If somehow Rafael Leao falls into my lap,
Look at this. Now we have gone. Hey, Zal, don't push it. Zal, don't push it.
it's a big. You were
Don't
talking
push
about Saliba being better than Van Dijk, bro.
Manifest it.
I said projection.
Okay.
Projection is
No,
gonna be.
manifest
I don't think it's
10
that
years-
ridiculous, to be honest. Because see, we have the money. We can have that one big 100 million, 110 million signing. And then it's just a function of which other. Okay,
Tane's
bro,
checked out.
Tane, give me one reason why they would not sign.
I don't think Nico Williams want to go to Arsenal.
Why?
Do you know him personally?
Yeah.
What has made you say?
I
Okay,
think
whatever.
he'll go
No,
to
we have
Madrid
a-
or
if
Barca,
If
let's
you're
be
doing
honest.
a hypothesis,
Exactly. It's about the competition.
Barca can't afford anyone, bro. They are broke.
bro,
Somehow
they'll
they
do
make it.
something, bro.
Another economic
They'll
level.
add another stand to the
Yeah.
stadium and they'll sell those tickets
Bro,
for an
they are-
absurd amount
what
and
are they?
afford
Some
someone.
500, 600 million euros in debt, bro. And it's going to be a while before they can even get to that. They got the new Nike contract recently, which is getting them back to 1-to-1.
Yeah.
But that just basically means that they can pay their players on time, bro. That's basically it. Nothing that they
No,
can
but
go and
somehow
sign a
they
player
managed
for
to
six-
still sign, still keep these players on their wages and stuff. Somehow.
But coming back to the Arsenal signings, if I was the manager mode, going into my manager mode, I would get Wissa because I like his link-up play as the number 9. And then on the left, you get Williams, like you said. Or you push it a step further, get Isak and put him on the wing. And make Wissa do all the link-up play because that's what Arteta expects of Havertz right now, is to do the link-up play. And he's not being able to do that very well.
How much to pay for Wissa?
I think it'll be between 40 to 50
Yeah.
million. No, I
And
wouldn't presume
Isak?
it, but Isak would be
70?
70 plus. I don't know if he has a release clause. Apparently, he has a release clause. Don't know if it's true. But the thing, Nico Williams has a 65 million release clause. I will be on that boat for a while till he joins another club, at the end of it.
But also, I think generally just signing from the Premier League is a much safer move. I don't know. I feel like these foreign signings have just been so hit and miss.
But Nico
Like,
Williams is
That's
special.
what you think so, but then you just can't tell once they come to the Premier League if they can keep up with like the change in intensity.
You don't like the Wissa idea at all?
No, I don't mind the Wissa idea, but I mean, if we have the money, I'd much rather go for an Alexander Isak over Wissa. Vissa's had a fantastic season with Brentford. He stepped up once Tony has gone. Even, what's the other guy? Mbeumo was off form for a little bit, but Vissa's done a really good job.
Man, yeah, he gets everyone involved. Seeing him play with Odegaard and Saka, I think will be great.
For me, we need a
Martinelli?
left winger and we need another central
He
midfielder.
hates Martinelli.
No, I don't hate Martinelli. I'm just over the idea of a guy who just doesn't put his head up when he's dribbling.
I
And,
agree.
there are so many times either Havertz or Saka made a run to the back post and he's missed that cross by a million miles every single time. Speaking of it, even the last time his head was down in the Fulham game and
Yeah.
didn't see the entire offside line. Bro, you're faster than that entire back line. Just, hold your run and everything. But I'm not going to hold her against him. He just came on the pitch
worst
and
time when that
everything.
happens when you can see when the player
If you're
can
a
see
winger
the
and you're offside.
Yeah,
It's
when you're a winger and you can see the entire line
retreated.
and you're still offside. You're in the best possible position to judge that and you're still offside. It's so frustrating.
No, but my dream for
celebrated that
Arsenal
goal so
in
much.
a transfer window would be to get one more centre back, a central midfielder, and a left winger. I cannot have
That's
Impossible.
too much.
No,
Fantasy
in
levels.
the next couple of windows. I mean, this January and then this upcoming summer. 2 marquee signings this summer and then one transition signing this winter window. Because Partey is washed. Jorginho is 35
Oh, he
years
missed
old.
a sitter in this game, Partey.
Yeah, but we don't
Also,
talk about him over
He
here,
shouldn't
man.
be
Let's-
playing for us.
We don't
Yeah,
talk.
he should-
Zaal doesn't talk about him.
Yeah, I'd rather not speak about someone like that.
If I
but,
speak?
exactly. I'll be suspended 6 months. Exactly. So, no, I mean, a central midfielder, someone like a Barella from Inter Milan, that would be a really good shout. But, I mean, you can only hope and dream.
All said and done, I have been avoiding looking into Arsenal's each result so closely and taking it up into my feelings. I think City has ruined it for me because it's been so tight over the past 2 years, 3 years that each result matters. But City haven't been doing that well. I think Liverpool are also going to falter towards the next couple of months. So I'm not going to look too much into this. I'm not going to get my mood down because of a draw because Fulham is a good team. They also took points off City. Now they're playing Liverpool next. Let's hope they do the same thing. Just not going to take each and every result personally and
But,
move on.
Yeah, I think generally what you said is also fair in terms of, I think this is the Premier League season where a lot of games have gone in directions that no one would have guessed. City's drop in form obviously is a big reason, but even Liverpool have had these like random games go against them.
Losing to Nottingham Forest at home.
That was it, I think.
But that was all they had. I
They
mean,
had the
Liverpool-
draw also,
and the
right?
draw.
Right now, which
Yeah.
technically speaking, not anyone, like no one really expected that to happen.
Right.
But I mean, Fulham are a top 3 or 4 defense in the league in general. I'm not putting anything. We should have beaten them plain and simple. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, the level of opposition in the Premier League has just gone up each and every year. You have teams like Villa and Newcastle and all these, they are spending 50,
Forest has
60,
become damn good.
70 million on players. Forest have been playing really well. I mean, you should know. I mean, they put you on a spliff, so it is what it is.
Spliff. What's a spliff, Zal?
I mean, I can't. I'm not subject to say it right now on the podcast.
Bro, he's looking for jobs.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
You can cut that out of the thing also. Thanks.
But yeah, let's move on to the next game. Too much Arsenal talk.
United Forest, just a whole bunch of mistakes. The score was 3-2 to Forest at Old Trafford. I mean, I don't...
What happened to the butcher? I'm just seeing like he's getting butchered every single game he's playing in, bro. That's all I'm trying. That's, I
The
just want to
butcher,
know.
aka Alessandro Martinez.
Talk to me about him, Tanay.
And also Onana.
Bro, so Onana actually has had a pretty good season. But he made that stupid-ass mistake for
I
that.
think that error
Dude, he
was
has.
that bad, man.
Dude.
What?
No, I don't think that error was that bad, dude, to be fair.
He moved out of the
Bro,
way.
that was a bad
He-
error, man.
Like, I don't
For
know.
what, the
I
second goal,
feel
right?
for him, man.
Yeah,
like, he
of
dived
course.
in the wrong direction and then he almost recovered it as well.
But almost
but why
recover,
you
meaning what to
diving-
shot that's
yeah,
coming
why you
right to
diving
you.
in the wrong
He's,
direction in the
He's
first
earned a little
place?
bit of credit in the bank this season. He's kept United in a lot of games
Yes.
where they should probably be 17th or 18th on the table looking at the form that they've had this season. Tanay won't even disagree with me. That's the thing.
I disagree.
No, you will. You won't.
Don't
I know.
argue. Don't
but
argue.
either way, these if your defense and your goalkeeper are making mistakes like
No,
this,
100%.
Alessandro has been
Shocking.
awful this season.
Shocking.
He's no composure, no nothing. For this third goal, he didn't even stick a leg out to clear the ball. It went right past him, and he was basically blank for that.
Even the header, right? He just stood. I mean, he is pretty short.
Yeah, that.
How can
no.
you blame him for something
You
like
can't.
that?
He can't control his height, just like
Yes.
Tanay can't control his height. It's the same thing.
Why you
know?
can control your height?
I
or
mean, a bit more than you can. I can look above some people at a concert.
They like Tana used to keep screaming in rush. No, my player's too short. My player's too short.
But bro, in Rush, you play with these women and all. They are short, man.
Fair.
In general,
They're vertically challenged.
vertically, and I can relate to that.
Hornswoggle, yeah.
But yeah, just mistakes all around. Like Amram has said, it's going to be tough.
But good on United for
It is
giving
tough.
little people a chance. Not every club does that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you needed a squad overhaul right now at United, how many positions would you remove and
All.
resign?
Or
All of them.
No, like
Besides
realist-
Maui, I think everybody, bro.
Realistically, in like 2 windows, what is the most critical for you?
Because the technical director just got fired, so audition right now.
I forgot my notes at home about these things, but I mean, it's tough to say, man. Like, they are very hit or miss, all these players. They can be in form and then really shit for a long period. So, I don't know. I feel like they have the talent, but no consistency for most of them. Like, Zaal loves Rashford. I don't know why. I think he's the most annoying player because he's so good.
Are
He
you trolling him by
never
saying that?
turns
I
on.
love
No,
I actually
he came to
really-
watch the game and he was like, Rashford's coming on now. I'm nervous.
Rashford
and he
has
was serious.
Rashford has always scored against us somehow or the
Arsenal,
other.
okay,
I'm talking about the Arsenal game in particular.
But in general
I also
also-
do like him as a player because, I mean, first of all, he's come to United's academy. He's broken a bunch of goal scoring records, which have been quite crazy for his age, And also, like, he's played through so much injury for that club when Ole was their manager. So I just have a little bit of respect for him as a player. But I mean, he went to Miami, lost his girl, came back, got some good form.
And the
came
respect is out of the window after you do
back. I
that.
mean, I don't know. I'm not a United
For
fan.
me.
I can't speak
For
for,
me.
you. Yeah, okay.
Because consistency is the most important. You can't have like 10 game spurts every other season and call yourself a great player.
Then you have Garnacho on Twitter doing this absolute nonsense with his brother.
Yeah.
Did
Talking
you all
about
see this, by the way?
about some squad leaks and some
so
nonsense.
all the
with that
squad
as well.
leaks for United and all these dressing room leaks, they've only been happening when Garnacho's in the starting 11.
Oh my
And his brother's like this big troll on Twitter. He keeps fucking around on football Twitter. And people are like, apparently he's the one just leaking shit for once.
And also Garnacho does way more petty shit online as well. Like, grow the fuck up. You're playing for a professional team.
No, 100%.
I mean, don't like comments that your manager is getting slated or things. It's just weird, bro. Like, I don't know how this happens. Like,
But I think that's just is that like the new generation? Is that what we're going to see?
I mean,
moving
new generation
forward?
feels like it's only with United. Like, remember Rooney said that video of Pogba and Lingard dancing after a draw or
But
something.
Pogba denied that completely in his post interview. And I'm not completely on Paul's side because, I mean, like, bro, Rooney probably seeing double. Like, he aged like double as quickly as he could, bro. I mean,
Are
look
you
at him,
calling
he's-
Rooney racist? He confused
No,
Pogba for another black
but,
man.
Like, he's probably saw double.
Oh,
Like, I mean, he's...
it was only Lingard dancing.
Yeah, probably.
But
I love Paul Pogba, man. God damn, what a player, bro.
see this, bro. He was a great player, but he was zero consistency
I don't
again.
care what he did for United. I'm happy he flopped for
I
United.
happily take Pogba today at Arsenal.
Don't chill out.
Please.
See
Relax,
this.
relax.
See
He
this.
never fit into the Arteta way of
He is
doing
one of the
things.
most athletically gifted. And he's, how old is he? He's not even that old anymore.
But he's suspended anyway.
But
And
he's out.
actually, it'll be a
No,
good
he's back,
fit
no, his
because we've been
suspension's
accused
done.
of doing a lot of black magic, and Pogba and his brothers have also been accused of doing that.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
maybe
bury a fucking goat
the
under the
synergy
Emirates
is
pitch.
crazy.
Relax.
He's 31.
You don't want the negative juju on your club somehow or the other, bro.
The Ratcliffe story. Sattu.
Yeah, so United have fired their sporting director, Dan Ashworth, 5 months after he joined from Newcastle. It's one of, like, a lot of the media is saying that Ratcliffe has been making a lot of, like, these rash, hasty decisions. This is another one because they spent, like, a lot of time negotiating to bring him in, and then they fired him. I think the cutting point or the killing point was that he wanted an English manager. So I think Southgate, Graham Potter, and a couple of other names were in the mix. And yeah, I mean, Ashworth's also linked to Arsenal, so he's very close with the managing director of Arsenal. They work together at West Bromwich. But yeah, interesting. I think just on this topic, Wenger was obviously very, very against this whole sporting director role. He said it's pointless. What do they do? Like, what do they do that I, as a manager or a coach, can't do? And I think that also ties into what we've been seeing, where the manager role is moving into one thing and the head coach role is moving into another. So, yeah, anything.
Would you like him at Arsenal?
I don't know. I mean, he's had 5 months. It's difficult to see. I mean, if you're looking at his time at Newcastle, clearly they've done well, but they also have like an entire country bankrolling them. So
They also kind of faltered. He was also at Brighton, which is a good sign. I mean, he set up that full system at Brighton, which kind of fits into what Arsenal is trying to do, change the culture, overhaul a lot of things. I think that's the problem that Ratcliffe had with Ashworth. I think he was expecting to have someone with a stronger, more bold opinion, and he was met with Ashworth, who said we should sign Graham Potter as the next manager, or we should sign Eddie Howe. He was like, no, I don't want all these options. Give me one guy that I can go after. And like we saw, he went after Amorim. He didn't take into consideration any of Ashworth's suggestions.
No, I think Amarim's a really good decision in the long term for United. If
I
they
hope
have,
so.
If they
Yeah.
have the patience to stick with him, that's the first thing. Secondly, they probably have to have an overhaul of a large bunch of their squad because they can't play the way Amarim probably wants them to play. I
He said it himself.
Sporting were bonkers. Like, they were playing so well. Now they've like lost a bunch of games ever since he's left in general. And no, I mean, I think Amarim's with a 3-4-3 system or whatever he plays, it could be a really good fit in the league. But I mean, out of the players who can actually play that type of football, I'd say it's Mazraoui in your team, maybe Mainu, but he lacks the physicality to do those long distance running, because in the Premier League you just need space dominators. That's why Caicedo and Lavia play so well together for Chelsea.
That's
as well.
what he said. Even Amorim said, we need people who can run like dogs.
And I'm happy that you brought up that it's, for once, they should blame the players, because every team, not just United, but United more recently, the manager is just getting so much heat for mistakes, for players being lazy, or whatever the reason is. No one is ever pointing fingers at the players.
No, you
in
need to light
general.
a fire in their ass if you
Yeah.
need them to
So-
press. You know, you can't control the press when you can shout, saying
Exactly.
press,
Yeah,
press.
yeah.
But if you're 10 yards behind the play every single time, you're going to
Exactly.
concede 3 to 4 goals
Yeah.
a game every single time.
So the new owner, Ratcliffe, has made 2 big calls. He extended Ten Hag at the start of the season and then fired him. He hired Ashworth and now he's fired him.
3 big calls. He cut the lunch money also.
And he cut the lunch money. So, I mean, based on his previous record, he's owned Nice and some other French football club, or some other club also.
and
The-
F1
Yeah, and
as well.
and some F1 stuff. The Nice football
Lead
fans,
sponsor for Mercedes. Yeah.
the Nice football fans, like one of their sporting groups, one of their supporters groups, the head of that group said that Ashworth, speaking about Ratcliffe, he said that the Ineos group don't buy good players, they don't hire good coaches, and they don't know football or the world of football. So
Great signs all
seems
around.
like things are not
You would
panning
have
out
much
too
rather
well.
had Saudi backing than Ineos at this
Obviously,
point.
bro.
But if anything at all, it's a plus for United because you're finally seeing the ownership care more about what the club is doing, because under the Glazers, it was very passive and things were not changing as fast as you'd want to. I mean, look at Chelsea. Chelsea did the same thing. They got a bunch of players, then scrapped that, and then got a manager, scrapped that.
The thing is with Chelsea, is Chelsea bought young, so the players had resale value.
Correct.
United are signing players like Casemiro on 400k a week, or whoever the aging players you'll have signed in the past few windows. Started with Zlatan. Now Zlatan was one of a kind, but I'm just saying like.
Yeah, I understand your point. They're definitely not like 24 and below, basically. That
So they have no resale value unless you sell them to Saudi.
Correct.
So,
But I'm saying all I'm saying it's a positive sign in terms of ownership, that being more active, and maybe like moving forward with more time, they adopt that strategy that you're talking about, like buying young and moving in that direction.
Yeah, maybe that's a good. I hope it's a good thing. Again, we
hire
can only
Brighton's
hope.
scouting department.
But
And
that's what they tried to do with Ashworth, right? Hopefully,
Literally did that.
Yeah, hopefully he comes and sets up that system, and then
But he's gone. So I mean, that's
Ratcliffe
what
is
you have to give them time. If you don't give time, how are they supposed to overhaul a club the size of Manchester United, bro? It's like its own beast and animal, completely. Only Ferguson could have basically tamed it the way he did. But I mean, you're seeing what's happening now.
Yeah.
So, but then do you think what Chelsea is doing is sensible? Just
It's
say
working.
fuck it
To
and
be
just
to
fire
be found out now.
it's worked. Like as of right now, they're third or second in the
Second.
table. It's worked.
No, but that's the thing. It's working historically, right? They've been this kind of club for years. Like since Mourinho, or forget Mourinho, since what's his name, Leicester, Ranieri
Ranieri.
was
Yes.
there. They've always had the same mentality, right? Under Abramovich as well. If that it's not working, fuck giving time, just fire and move on. Find something till it works.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. So then, what is the argument against it? Because it's working. I mean, I think that's what Ratcliffe is trying to do.
The only time is when I think Chelsea will probably face a transfer ban in the next upcoming 2 or 3 windows with the way they've had their activity. They've found loopholes throughout the entire system to basically cook their books, but
And it's not going to
we'll see.
matter, right? Because half their squad's sitting on 10-year contracts. So they
Yeah,
can,
exactly.
they don't
And
need-
then
So it's stretched out over a long period of time.
And then again, it's like with United, if United choose to go down this path, then there's like that entire identity issue where United are a legacy club. They've done things a certain way, promoting the youth within their own academy, which Chelsea hasn't done historically. So then again, it'll be a philosophy battle to see which way.
I don't care about that
Ratcliffe
at all.
goes.
As long as team gets results and wins some
But,
trophies.
I think the issue for you guys is the problem's a little deeper. I feel like there's a lot of rot within the club. Whereas like with
Yeah,
Chelsea
bro, the
and
stadium is
Madrid-
leaking.
Exactly, right? Like, it's a basic thing that you would assume would be good at a top level club, but with like Chelsea, Madrid, etc., they can go through this higher and fire position because everything in the back end is also very solid for them. So it is a function of just getting the team to start winning games, but I don't know if that possibly can work.
So Ineos, the group that Ratcliffe owns and has invested in United, the head of sport of Ineos is Sir David Bracelford, and his success as the performance director of British cycling has led Ratcliffe to believe that he can probably change things at United too. So they've hired a bunch of these execs who've done things in different sports or businesses.
I
And
think
they-
execs are pointless. Bring dictators back to football. One
I think
person
that's what
running
Ratcliffe is
everything.
looking for. Give me one of those, that manager.
But he is the problem, right? That manager should come in and fire Ratcliffe.
I don't think that's how it works.
I don't know, but yeah, the future of your club is in the hands of the director of British cycling.
Amarim,
Good
I
luck.
believe.
Put
No,
them on the same
give him
sauce
time.
Lance Armstrong had. Watch
That's a
everyone.
great
I mean,
point.
but Tana, you're talking about results and a couple of trophies along the way. Y'all got that with Ten Hag. Y'all got a Carabao Cup. Y'all got an FA Cup.
And you can do
you're-
this too.
and
You love
you
it,
can
right?
do all this.
Yeah.
You can look like an idiot doing this on camera. But at the end of it, where are y'all? The league position usually tells you where you are as a club in general, I would say. Teams can go on a run and win a domestic trophy here and there. I'm not saying, no, y'all have done a fantastic job of doing that. But league position usually reflects as to how you are and where you are as a club. So, and now what's happening with City, like you're seeing, like they're going through shit in the back. First for the last 10 years, they've been the perfect institution with...
Bro, perfect.
Yeah, no,
Bro,
but that's what I'm saying.
perfect. They've not done anything wrong.
No, nothing else.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you don't need to do perfect.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Allegedly. But I mean, Phil Foden, I called it at the start of the season. You're disgusting, man. You're an absolutely disgusting player, bro. The way you play, luxury, this, that, and the rest. Not for me, man. I'm sorry.
We went to Phil
Yeah,
Foden.
but-
No,
what
have
was
an
the
agenda.
initial point you were trying to make?
I'm trying to say this, like, City were absolutely perfect for these last 10 years. Now, as soon as everything has gone bad in the backroom area for them, everything is falling apart on the pitch for them. So similarly, like for y'all, your whole backroom has been basically recycled, reduce, reuse, recycle, the whole thing. And it's just not reciprocating on the pitch at the end of it.
I agree, and I hope Amarim can change something. I think, I don't know, we have to give him time, believe in what he's saying, and hopefully the players stop just cashing in their checks and doing nothing.
Yeah.
I think this is the biggest issue. What we were talking about, where people blame the players, people
Manager.
blame managers and owners over more than the players. We've done the same thing, right? Gambhir.
Gambhir, yeah. We are players first podcast.
But you can't. I don't like. There are certain situations like
I agree with you.
Simple as
I'm-
having a leak in the dressing room.
hyperbole.
Yeah, it's just
It's just not acceptable
ridiculous.
at that level.
okay. Palace City, 2-2 City still struggling. Conceded a goal in 4 minutes. Could have conceded 2 or 3 more in that first half, I believe. But yeah, and then Haaland scored a nice header. Another thing, Rico Lewis.
Who got the red card?
Rico Lewis.
Who?
Rico Lewis.
Why?
Rico Lewis. Because
Exactly.
he's Rico Lewis.
Enough said. I said by Pep as well.
What analysis, what a breakdown. Thank you so much, Pep, for that amazing.
Okay, so we'll give some context for that for sure. Basically got a yellow because he was arguing with the ref about a call, the first one, which I agree is a yellow. Second one wasn't really a second yellow. He got stepped on, in fact, and it could have been just a foul. I feel.
About time a decision goes against City. I'm
Yes.
sick and tired of them. I'm sick and tired of every single 50-50 decision going in City's in City's favor. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
And then the Rico Lewis thing was basically Pep after the game was asked in an interview. Why did he get... What was it exactly?
Basically, they asked him, what did you think about the yellow card? He goes, it's Rico Lewis. Then
Yeah.
he's like, what do you mean? He's like, Rico Lewis. He's like, yeah, what do you think about the yellow card?
And then Pep broke his
Broke
character.
first.
Bro, he's like, you think it was yellow card? And then he's like, no, I mean the red card. It's Rico Lewis.
Amazing, like you were saying, analysis and breakdown of that whole decision. But yeah, good to see City struggle.
And what an
Always.
amazing character to see get head loss, man. Like,
Yeah.
he's all said and done. Did you all see that video that leaked of him, like, dancing as, like, an 18-year-old in some house party in Barcelona?
When he was a fashion icon.
Yeah.
No, it looked really cool.
Yeah.
Like,
People
good
are
for him.
alleging that he was on some white stuff because he's losing his mind. And I mean, I like his move,
He's
but
tweaking.
he's definitely on something.
But yeah, he's just such an entertaining character, but I do hope he's not mentally unstable.
He
as
locked
much as I
himself in a...
hate City.
before the Champions League game last week or something like that, he locked himself in a room for 2 days. And then they came out and won, believe it or not.
Thanks to De Bruyne, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Give
But
the
like-
manager the credit for one.
Of course, you're going to lose your mind if you like isolate yourself like that. I don't know.
I don't know.
Seems like he's losing his mind.
Don't
one
want
day.
to don't go
and-
too deep into it, but I mean, like, Pep, bro, like, I think, maybe Saudi's calling your name or something like that. We'll see, bro.
But he just recently
Yes.
came out and said that I'm never going to leave City. It's going to be my last club. My last managerial job is going to be with Manchester City.
I mean, good for him. He's going down in his own burning house. So, I
Exactly.
mean, good for him, honestly.
But I would love to see him at an international team. Maybe
Spain,
England or...
Spain,
yeah.
Spain.
Well, Spain, of course, he'll
But
kill
you
it,
also cannot believe anything that Pep is saying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
Rico
he is
Lewis.
not-
The world's biggest capper. Yeah, exactly.
He's
Rico Lewis.
We cannot replace him. We cannot replace him. We cannot replace him.
Let Aguero go and sign Erling Haaland. I'll never forgive him for that. I'll never forgive him.
Hey, they
Okay.
struggled for a season at least between those two things with Gabriel Jesus.
But this
No,
locking...
no.
But they
what
still
are
won
you
the
saying?
league.
No, but before they signed Haaland, there was one season, right? Between Aguero.
No, he came the same.
No,
one.
Same.
Aguero was just hurt for majority of the season.
Yeah.
That's why he felt like he didn't play. But Aguero left, and then this next season, Erling Haaland was there.
And
He was-
Julian Alvarez, bro.
Yeah, and Alvarez.
Also top player. Okay, we'll move on to Premier Picks. Sattu, give us the results from the past 2 game weeks.
He signed for Barca and got a
Yeah,
heart
the
problem.
heart attack problem.
So, also, something needs
sorry.
to be said about the fact that locking yourself in the room and winning the next game, because it happened with India also. They locked themselves in the room for
6-hour
that
meeting.
6-hour meeting. They won
Yes.
the next Australia test. They didn't do that for this test and then we lost. And now Pep has also done this. So
He's copying Gambhir.
maybe. And we've always said that Gambhir is the Pep of cricket.
Yes.
So
you
maybe
have said it multiple times. It's
The
correct.
casuals are on to something. And maybe we just need to sit in a room for 6 hours and we'll triple our followers. Who knows?
Bro, we need way more than triple.
Sorry.
We also need India's game to go on for longer than
Oh,
2
bro.
hours.
Oh,
We'll get to that. But
why are you rubbing salt
Premier
in our
Picks
wounds?
first.
Cool. I'm just gonna skip past like the individual week updates. I'm sitting comfortably, I think, at this point in the lead at 41 points. Sammy's been playing Test cricket in second place at 36
I've scored 0 points.
in 2 game weeks.
Yeah, I'm
3
just
game
padding
weeks.
the ball right now, leaving it, padding it. When it's time to strike, I'll strike.
Sure.
I'll pick Arsenal to draw. Strike.
And Tana is sitting at 34. So good comeback, in all honesty. And Zio's finally entered the 30s club at 30.
Let's
sharp.
go, Zio.
Nice.
Where is Zios? We've completely forgotten him.
Fuck him, I don't want to talk about
Okay,
that.
cool.
I was going to talk about
We
it,
have
but
the
then
wrong
you said- Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
But yeah, moving into next week's predictions then.
Okay, we'll start with Arsenal Everton. Do you want to do Zeus's or should I? Oh no, but he sent it in, so we have to.
Oh, he sent it
Ethically,
in?
yeah.
Okay, then do it now.
I got it. We'll start with Sattu.
Arsenal, again, it's always these random games that have gone against us. But
Everton, bro.
it's
Come on.
Everton.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping what Zaal just did on camera, off camera, we don't know yet. But stick multiple things up their ass, hopefully.
Sammy, after you're done calling Zeus,
I was going to be like, we want your Premier picks, and then cut on his face as soon as he started giving them. But
He's looking
whatever.
at some lights, bro. Let him be.
Yeah, sorry. So, where were we?
Arsenal Everton.
Arsenal, Everton.
Shit, what a tough pick. Arsenal.
Zeus has picked Arsenal, and so have I.
No, let Zal make his picks.
But he sent it in. Ethically, we have to
Ethically,
you know,
okay. Ethically.
follow
Sorry,
some
Zal.
principles.
It's no worries, man. Zias, I hope you get some more points on the board this week for yourself.
But yeah, I would love to. What would your pick be, bro, for Arsenal?
Arsenal,
Then
I can give you the score. It'll be 3-0 Arsenal.
3-0. 3 corners?
Who cares?
Who cares? Yeah, actually,
Who cares? Goals
Sorry.
are goals, no?
Bro, when
No,
we were
you were
not good at
predicting, so I
corners and
asked.
we were wasting set pieces, people would ram into us, and now we are so
But
good at them.
It's unhealthy, man. I'm watching these corners like they're penalties.
But
Did you
it's
see
so
that?
good.
But that's good for us,
Yeah, that's
right?
amazing.
Did
Imagine
you see
the
that clip
feeling.
of Gabriel's
Every-
family
Oh yeah, they
watching the game?
They
Yeah.
celebrated the corner before he got, and then they celebrated after he scored
yeah,
also.
That's insane.
But they have a new chant. The Arsenal fans, the away fans who were traveling for the Fulham game, when we scored from the set piece, like set piece again, ole ole. So that's how they went for the whole. They went singing the whole time. They were singing that song. So
It's
who
the
cares?
best thing ever.
Goals are goals, bro.
I'm
And it
asking you
pisses
because
off
you
the
said
opponent.
prediction.
You wish you
So
could score a
much.
set
Of
piece
course.
goal.
I-
You wish you
you
could
wish you
defend.
could score a goal.
No, you wish you
You
could
wish you
defend
could
a
score a
set
goal.
We
piece
scored
goal.
2 last game. Of course.
Defend a set piece goal, nah. You're defending with 5-2 defenders, bro.
Bro, he's 5'7". I think.
Maybe. You all should stand next to each other.
We
I
decide-
just asked you because you were giving predictions.
And
bro.
we decided
3-1 Arsenal.
And we
3-1
decided
now.
3-0.
And then I followed up by saying, do you think there'll be corners? And then you started attacking me, bro.
don't attack height and all. We decided.
Yeah,
And
okay,
Tanaya
that's
gets
fine.
a little
Bro,
sensitive.
that's
He starts
fucked.
crying and all,
That's
and then we have to deal with all of that shit.
That's fucked.
And we decided before only that we'll give United their flowers for letting little people play. So, I mean, thank you so much, United, for being inclusive.
Okay. Done.
Speaking of United,
City United.
draw.
Oh, I keep thinking Zal is going to give his pick.
I'll give it at the end.
Actually, give it for
Yeah.
this because he hasn't sent it.
2-2.
2-2 draw.
2-2 draw.
I don't want to pick. Bro, pick something else for ZS.
Don't
Bro.
give CS a draw.
Yeah.
If Pep
Pick
lose-
something else for ZS, please.
But I'm picking for ZS now.
Yes.
Okay,
Don't
2-1
pick-
United.
Okay.
Amazing.
But if Pep loses this game, what is going to happen, man? That press conference.
He's going to start attacking fans on the street again.
Also,
What
they
is he
can't
gonna
fire
say?
Pep, right? Because he'll just go straight to the court and be like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
this is everything that's it.
Snitch master. he and Arteta will be walking hand in hand to snitch.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen to Pep if they lose this. I'm also going to go for a draw.
United, obviously. Also, we are going to go to... where are we going?
We're going to Three Wise Monkeys car on Sunday to watch the game with other United fans, the Manchester United supporters group. So come through, join us. It's going to be a lot
It's
of
either
fun.
going to be a lot of celebration or a lot of laughs and cries, depending on
Yeah,
who
last
you
time we
support.
went there were a lot of cries because United lost the Community Shield game. Johnny Evans skyrocketed that
Wasn't
penalty.
it Sancho also who missed the penalty in that?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Without question,
And
he's
now
missed.
he's finally playing well. Amarim has done him so good.
He's not really playing that well or anything.
No,
That
I
message
mean,
of
he's
yours
found
made
some
me
sort of
laugh.
form at
Some
least, so
sort
it's
of
good for
form,
him.
bro. Some sort of form.
New United manager found Sancho's form.
Chelsea,
Solid
Brentford.
narrative you put forth.
All thanks
What
to
was
Salah.
you?
I had messaged this as soon as he scored the banger on the group. New manager, finally doing good things.
Chelsea.
Who are they playing?
CS has picked
Brentford.
Chelsea, obviously.
I'm going for an upset in this one. 2-1 Brentford.
Visa.
Visa and Mbeumo. Give me my FPL points, boys.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a draw. It's going to be a high-scoring game, I think. Going to go for like a 2-2, 3-3.
I'm also going to go for a draw because I haven't picked any other draws and I want to pick this one.
Visa
be it.
hat-trick, and then Arsenal pick him up,
Amazing.
and they sign him.
Chill out, man.
And then
And then
Zaal will be like, Sammy, you were so right. I was wrong for saying that
I
we should sign
never
Visa.
said we shouldn't sign Visa. If there's an option, we should sign Isak. That's the whole thing behind it. What
okay,
about you? What did you want?
Visa. I feel like that Isak's profile, we've had it. It's maybe not been the best before for us.
Whoever we had it with?
Like just having that tall striker, hold up play. I know he's fast, but again, I feel like he does a lot of wasted passing. And I don't know. I feel like we need someone fast centrally for us that Saka, Odegaard, everyone can feed to. Height again, I guess from corners we're sorted, and I don't think we cross too much. In all honesty, like if it is open play, most of the time we have. I mean, Martinelli, I'm not going to talk about, but Saka usually tries to enter the box and cut in, get that pass in like the dicey area. But I don't know. I feel like Visa's just a little more explosive, like quick.
Fair
might
enough.
just fit better.
okay, Liverpool league leaders versus Fulham.
Liverpool.
Zias has picked Liverpool.
Man,
Let Zal give his prediction.
Emil Smith Rowe, my boy, my son, do something for me. This is only hope. This is only hope. I'm thinking only with my heart right now. We go for a draw. 1-1. 1-1.
With so much hope he's gone.
Yeah,
for
I mean, otherwise
draw.
it's Liverpool 5-0 win, bro. This is Emil Smith Rowe masterclass
Okay.
on whenever they play. Sunday, Saturday, I don't know.
everything just because they beat City, or they drew to City, or they beat City.
They lost 3-2 in the last minute. I think John Stones scored in the last minute, even though they should have been 3-0
They
up or
troubled
something.
City. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the things say to go and pick Fulham or pick a draw, but I just think Liverpool are in the mode right now. They're in the groove. I'm going to pick Liverpool only because I can't afford to have a 0-pointer again.
Yeah, I'm going Liverpool as well. Salah's on fire. Like
Your
they're
defense
playing
is
too
terrible.
well, bro.
I can't
Say-
wait for them to announce the contract so he starts playing
Shit.
bad. Yeah. As soon as he gets his money, he's going to
Contract
go
year,
down.
Salah is a different breed. What is it? 24 GA in like 18 games or some nonsense
It's
like that. It's
scary,
bonkers.
scary
It's
form.
bonkers.
Spurs Southampton.
Yeah. So just an update. I think we're keeping Spurs games in till Postecoglou has some sort of closure on his end. I really want to see what happens. I think it's idiotic if they fire him. But anyway, for this one, I'm going for a draw.
Kangaroo Jack, you're losing this game, bro. It's gonna be.
I actually like the man.
No, I like him too.
Yeah.
I just hate Spurs. So anything associated with them, I hate automatically.
True.
You know, in my entire time of playing FPL, I've never kept a single Spurs player in my. Even when Harry Kane and Son were going ballistic with each other, I've never put them in my FPL team.
Bro, you're sitting
But-
at number 50. Though.
I know, but are they
Don't
playing in
show
the,
off about the
no,
FPL.
I'm talking about like my hatred
Yeah,
for Spurs.
okay.
I'm not talking about
I mean, we
FPL.
do basically the same thing with picking up Arsenal and United players.
But we are
for-
making it a challenge for ourselves. This
Yeah.
guy's doing
No,
a
Southampton are winning. Southampton are winning. Southampton are winning. I don't know by what score, but they'll win this game.
Okay.
No, I think Spurs are
Spurs,
going to
bro,
win.
of course Spurs.
And they're going to give another game. Like, yeah, it's just going to be a very dreadful season for Spurs. I think it's just...
Spurs rob the rich and give to the poor. Here they're playing Southampton, the poorest team in the league. That's why I'm going the exact opposite way. And, you know, Southampton do something for me. you know?
Southampton are
Spurs.
too shit.
Yeah,
bro.
they're
too
bad.
shit.
They're confirmed. Like,
Yeah,
how-
gone, they're gone.
They're the Derby. You remember Derby had that season when they
11
came
points.
and
But
11
Ipswich
points.
were really equally bad. They got their first win of the season against Spurs only, at the end of it.
True.
So-
Great point. But Ipswich have looked good.
No,
throughout the
Delap,
season.
Hutchinson, they have some good
Yeah, they
players
have
in that
some good
squad. but
players.
yeah.
Southampton,
come on.
Their best player has been their centre back, and they've
Corner, bro, Spurs suck at defending set pieces. Put one on their heads again.
Also, speaking of Spurs set pieces, what the fuck were their fans doing against Chelsea every time like
I
Palmer
have
went to
no
take a
clue.
corner and they were
The-
just chucking garbage onto the pitch constantly for like 2-3 minutes.
no respect. Only these Spurs
Just
fans.
so unnecessary.
Rubbish,
don't know how-
rubbish club, rubbish fans, rubbish
I
players.
don't know how
man.
anyone could like unless you're born in the area or something like that. I don't
But
know
also
how you
London
can.
has a bunch of clubs. So even if you're born in the area, don't support Spurs.
Don't
Yeah,
support
exactly.
Spurs.
You'd
Yeah,
rather support a team like Fulham. They
Yeah,
actually
bro,
play some decent
legit.
football.
like we went to the Mumbai Spurs supporters group. Lovely bunch of people.
Actually,
Great
they were very
people.
nice.
Yeah, love them.
I wasn't
But
there.
like
I know.
still couldn't understand like how did you reach to the conclusion? Hey,
From Bombay.
from Bombay. Hey, I'm going to support.
Gareth
Spurs.
Bale has spoiled
There
them for
were
the
some
rest of their
interesting
life.
stories though. Like people who had either been in London or they had worked at the club. and,
That
like-
was an interesting story. Yeah,
But
that,
I think Bale and there was
Modric?
one other Modric, and I think someone
Dembele.
mentioned like Keane or some shit. I don't know. Robbie.
Roy Keane.
Robbie
Keane. Robbie Keane.
No, they
Defoe.
had
Kinda
fun players.
get it.
I mean, there was a
Musa
fun team
Dembele,
to
that
watch.
mid-
I mean,
what a
you
midfielder.
had that era with Crouch and Defoe where there was like classic goals where Crouch is just setting it up for Defoe. Then you have like Bale and Modric.
How
Like
much would
there
Crouch go in today's market? With the way these
Good
players are
point.
buying just big strikers who can just,
I
set
love
it up and
Crouch.
everything. Oh, great player. That's what I'm
in
asking. How much?
2006 or 7, Pep had written this insane, like this really amazing article about how Peter Crouch is one of the best players in international football.
Was he lying?
No, even I thought he was trolling him, but like I read the article and he was talking about
What
how
was it? Because he's Peter Crouch?
because he's Peter Crouch. Because he's Peter. Yeah, it just went on for like 10 lines. No, it said that he's like tall, but that's not just his game. He's like super good at hold up play and
His touch was
linking
also
with players.
Really good. Really
Linking
good.
with players is his biggest strength and getting other players involved into the game. Where
He's
other
got some
strikers,
crazy acrobatic finishes
Bro,
also in his
yeah.
snooker, huh?
multiple. Bro, his goal collection is insane.
Yeah, yeah,
Actually, is
yeah.
Him and
great.
Giroud can go band for band for those, those extra 0 XG goals, basically.
and to add on top of all of that, Peter Crouch is ruthless in the air, which Giroud wasn't. But like Peter Crouch, anything you put in the air, Peter Crouch was there.
Also, he was unselfish. He is link up and all also very good, bro. Like his touch setup and everything was nice.
When he went to Liverpool, he thought he'd be the leading striker, but I think they got Torres at the time, or they had someone else. So
Fair enough.
Yeah,
They-
you can't.
yeah, they made him play on the
Yes.
wing. Peter Crouch played
That
on the
is-
wing, and
That's
he played.
criminal.
He played well. Like he's like one of those like team players, right? Whatever happens, I'll be there and I'll show up.
And he seems like a good, like, funny, entertaining dude.
And his
Good
wife
to
is
have him
very
along.
hot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's this hilarious meme that keeps circulating about like once a year where there's like a stadium where they're taking out one of the floodlights and it's wrapped in like this big body bag. And it's huge, right? There's like 6 people carrying it. And invariably someone tags Peter Crouch saying RIP.
No, but he has one of the
Best
goated tweets ever. If someone asked him a
my
question.
Yeah.
Peter Crouch, if you weren't a footballer, what would you be? He said a virgin.
And his wife's probably a 10, bro. Like, yeah.
12.
12.
Zeus is calling. Should I pick up?
Pick up, see what he has to say.
Yeah, Zeus, you're live on tape with the Casual Sports Show. We are asking you for your picks
For Spurs versus Southampton.
for Spurs versus Southampton. Do you have anything to say?
1 minute.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, you just cut the call?
So now?
Pranked him. Zal, you can pick for that game. Oh, you picked
No,
Southampton.
Yeah, Southampton.
Southampton. Because he didn't submit
Was that to
this
me?
thing.
Was that to me?
Arey, bro, you just
Are
relax.
you
man.
insane? It's Zeus.
Yeah. Okay. That's all for football. Yep. Anything
That's all.
else? Any stories we missed? Anything we need to bring up?
My Phil Foden agenda is running strong this season.
No,
Right.
good you're doing it, bro.
No.
Because
This guy's
if-
got too much praise for. I mean, fair enough. You were a killer last season. What are you doing this year?
Yeah.
Your team needs you. Rise. I hope you don't rise, but rise. For your own sake. Because I mean, him and Palmer. Palmer's been fantastic this year, but him and Palmer get praised for doing the bare minimum. Players like Salah, Saka, and the other players, we know why, but they have to work double.
Why?
I mean, you can. They're the same skin colors,
Off-white.
so probably darker,
Okay,
bro.
okay.
That's why. But I mean, they have to work twice or thrice as hard to get the same amount of recognition that Palmer does or Phil Foden does.
I think Salah is one of the most discredited players
100%.
in Premier League history.
If I make a
think.
Premier
Yeah.
League all-time 11, he has a really good shout of playing as the right winger or right
Yes.
midfielder. 100%.
I think Salah will age much better once he retires or leaves. Like
It's I also feel like Salah did not ignore it. Oh, you want to answer and cut again? You answer this time.
Hello.
Sub chat.
What's up, chat?
I just want to say bats.
You're not playing opposite bats? Oh, God.
Too good. Salah.
He's calling again. Whoever has that fucking ringer on, turn it off first. Off.
But yeah, Salah does
Enough,
get.
enough. Nitish just texted. Wait. Bro, you're looking damn chonky, huh?
don't.
Zeus is rapping the.
So we were on how Salah is kind of underrated despite being absolutely amazing for the past. I don't know how many
Almost
seasons
a decade now.
Yeah.
Almost a decade, yeah. ever since his last couple of years in Roma to his entire stint at Liverpool,
Yes.
bro. His goals and assist ratio, and even leaving that aside, his general play, my God, what a game winner he is.
Everything, bro. Consistency, confidence, big games. He's turned up always. So I
Special
don't know.
shout out to Mohamed
I don't know
Salah, bro.
why he doesn't get more credit, but we'll give it to him.
We know why. We know why.
Okay, sorry.
No, we know why.
That, and maybe also there's an element to it where Liverpool have just won one Premier League.
Yes.
So it's tough to because these kind of debates always go down to, oh, what has he won?
But are you seeing his record? I mean, he's
I'm on your
beating
side.
Aguero, Henry. He's on par with these all-time greats that we've seen, and he still has probably another 2 good years in the tank. The condition he's kept himself in, like Satu was saying,
Let the Liverpool board know.
Maybe 5 years down the line when he's gone away and we're like, okay, we are looking at all these memories with a rosy glass and we're like, okay, yeah, he was.
maybe
People
it's
will
more
finally give him that
recency
credit.
bias because he's still in the league.
Yeah.
And you
Yes.
can't him
We
and
can't
De
sit
Bruyne,
back and-
are those two type of players who you can include in your all-time 11s in the Premier League, and it's because they're so recent in the league, it's what can you do about it? But Salah, bro, wow, what a player.
I think De Bruyne honestly is also quite similar to this. I feel like maybe he doesn't get the plaudits.
I don't think. I think he gets his.
Now he
plaudits.
does, but
yeah.
but he had a similar thing. Chelsea, then he left City, and then he started playing insanely well. Like Salah went from Chelsea to Roma, then he kicked off at
Fiorentina, Roma.
Fiorentina, Roma, and then he kicked off and went nuts.
Yeah, when De Bruyne went to Germany, he was playing for Wolfsburg, I
yes.
think at the time when he broke the Bundesliga assist record in
Yeah.
that one season as well before he came back and signed for City. These players are, you get them once in a generation type players, and you have to give them their flowers.
But the difference is that De Bruyne is getting the appreciation more than Salah.
He's
I
won
think
6
Salah has
league
done better,
titles.
but the
He's
league
won
titles
6
is the
league
difference.
titles,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
so
he's
that,
won
then
more.
that
And a
again.
treble. Yeah.
Exactly.
He's
then-
won more.
yeah.
I mean,
Get
it's kind
it.
of what we were discussing that day also. Maybe like for Van Dijk as well, right? Maybe potentially he doesn't enter the all-timer list because it's only one PL title and you can't compare him to like a 4D or
Yes.
like
John
any of
Terry or
these.
whatever.
But I still think from what I've seen, means over the past 20 years of seeing football, I still think Van Dijk is a better defender than Ferdinand or Terry.
But we can see that and speak about it.
Yeah.
But people just look at numbers. How many?
No, 100%.
How
I agree
much
with you.
have
I'm
you
just
won?
talking about from what I've seen. I'd include him in my team. He'd be probably the first name on my team sheet. Van Dijk. Wow. Why? It's
Relax, bro.
incredible.
Like, how
No,
much
Sali-
you're glazing him?
Yeah, Saliba's going to be better than him. I don't know what you're talking
With
about.
both hands.
Van Dijk, bro, you have a fade. What was it? Waves as well at the same time. A perfect hairline, just like me.
And a ponytail,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly. How do you manage it? Bro? You tell me.
I think Zaal is crushing on him more than anything,
Yeah.
more than his footballing prowess.
Oh my God, what happened to Virgil? No, but what a player. My God, what a player. Seriously.
That's it, football talk.
Yeah, cricket, BGT, India, Australia. It's 1-1. We had a very successful stream this Sunday.
Very successful.
Very, very successful.
So many people tuned in.
Yep.
India played so well.
Yeah.
It just went on forever.
But the worst thing is we had hope, bro.
The worst
And
thing is
that's
that
our
a
fault.
UFC card started before it.
And ended after it.
That's the worst thing.
A test match day. A whole day of test match.
And we were counting and banking on the fact that Rishabh Pant and all our players are finally going to
And
come
Pant
to the fold.
got out in the first over. On day 3 basically. But yeah, super annoying, terribly played test match by India. Nothing much going besides Siraj and Bumrah did well in that first innings, bowling 4 wickets each. Travis Head once again has fucked the Indian national team, unfortunately. He always just turns up and bats so well. 140 and 140 balls, something like that.
He is in our heads.
He is in our heads.
And baby celebration once
Baby
again.
celebration again.
I'm just going
Baby
to
bump.
agree with you all
Yes.
because I haven't seen anything. So I'm just going to nod my head. Yes. Very good, boys.
But yeah, I mean, disappointing second test, blame, I think, all around the team. But yeah, as the captain, Rohit needs to step up. He did a good thing by coming lower down the order, which we talked about in the last episode, and giving Rahul the chance because he
much did he
deserved it.
score?
I think he hit 4 runs, and because of that, I have a new tattoo.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So the bet was that if Kohli scores more runs, Tanay gets a tattoo, and if Rohit scores more runs, I get a tattoo. Clearly, it was a very closely
closely
contested.
contested shit bet.
Both of
This
them
is the
made
tattoo.
single digits. How much did Kohli make?
I think 10, 9.
Oh, double digits.
Oh,
So thank
fuck.
God.
Congrats.
Thank God.
What a player.
But yeah, we had high expectations going into this game. I think we riled ourselves. We couldn't see what it was for because we had a stream. And we were like, okay, stream is going to be awesome. So the Indian team is going to also show up. We showed up. They didn't show up. Kind of frustrating. Looking forward to the next test. First of all, you have anything to say about Siraj and all the hoobla-doobla that's happening around
Bro,
him?
we back Siraj. Talk
Right?
your shit, bowl, bat, do whatever the hell, get results, man.
And Head is...
Bring some fire.
Exactly. And Head has smashed us all over the pitch. All over the field. I was so irritated with the entire performance. So to finally see him get out, I was feeling like that too. I wanted to go and celebrate on his face. I know like a professional athlete shouldn't do that, but dude, it's a test match. It's been going on for 3 days. Wear your heart on your sleeve. Say whatever you want to.
And against these Australians, bro, don't show them respect. Don't give them that at their home.
Exactly.
They'll keep taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
Like I saw this recent video on Instagram, Rahul Dravid. He hits a shot and that guy clearly drops the catch. I forget who the player was. But back in the day, he clearly drops the catch and he's yelling at Dravid to walk.
Michael Clark?
No. It was someone else. He wasn't like that popular or anything, but he's screaming at Dravid, bro, walk, you know you're out. And it was a drop catch. The third umpire checked it, not out. And then he hit 100 Dravid.
Yeah.
But we need that fire back. Stand your fucking ground. Don't give them
trauma.
any respect.
Yeah. Come back and give it to them. And all those guys who are calling Siraj unprofessional, fuck you. Like,
yeah, especially you're Indian and you're doing that. Like,
Yeah.
as an Aussie fan, yeah, do whatever. Say whatever because that's what we are doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
But we back our players always.
And Head should also remember that he plays for Hyderabad in IPL. And guess who the DSP of Hyderabad is? So Siraj is putting him in line. And I completely appreciate that. Do your duty as a police officer first.
So I saw like this really long thread on Twitter. I didn't really go through the entire thing, but it was
You just
talking
saw
about this, like this whole incident. And they were like, Indian players over the years have tried to replicate the same aggression that these Aussie players have had. But like with the Aussie players, you know, they've kind of grown up playing in the same leagues, county leagues, district leagues, whatever it is. They go out for drinks after the match. And once the Indian team actually started backing that up, then a lot of rules started changing, I guess, when the whole Monkey Gate thing happened and all those scandals. And then the Indian fans probably felt like, you know, they were being targeted after they started doing the same thing that the Aussies had been doing for years. But yeah, I don't see why everyone gets so riled up about this stuff.
Shout out Harbhajan Singh, man. For the monkey.
Monkey game.
Shout out Harbhajan Singh, man. My guy, man.
But shout out Harbhajan because he came out and he backed Siraj.
Yeah, he said that. He was basically saying, yeah, go and do what you have to do to win, man. But yeah, looking ahead to test number 3 on Saturday. Any changes to be made in the squad? We can't really talk about Rohit Sharma being left on the bench or dropped in cricket, as they say, but because he's the captain, like, I think that would be the easiest answer.
So
But there's ways
Abhishek,
to work
you
around.
bring that up. Abhishek Mukherjee wrote for the Wisden. To fix their balance, India must drop Nitish Kumar Reddy.
I didn't
their
like that
newfound
article
hero.
at all.
Why?
Because he didn't give a good solution. You can't drop someone who's averaging 40 with the bat and a few good overs. In the first test, he bowled pretty well. Second one, most bowlers struggled. But his suggestion was to put Akashdeep in instead of Nitish Kumar
So the
Reddy
entire-
as the bowler.
Yeah.
But we are struggling more with the bat, in my opinion. This guy is giving us 40, 45 runs, playing at a good rate when we need him to play. Decent with the ball. And I don't know, Akashdeep, in his article, he said it himself, it's a gamble. All the tests he's played are in India.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to take out someone who's giving you 45 and maybe a wicket for someone who's untested and cannot bat nearly as good as Nitish Kumar Reddy. So that's why I disagreed with that article completely.
But why do you say that we can't drop Rohit? Like, what is the act other than like optics?
Because he's the captain.
He's the captain.
That is, it
But,
is the optics.
Okay, just from a logic point of view, the one game that he didn't captain, we played amazingly. We beat them like pretty convincingly. So, I mean, end of the day, you're looking to win, right? So, what is the?
Even as much as I love Rohit Sharma, I would drop him because his test average this whole year, not just this series, has been below, like way bad. It's not good at all. We have batsmen. I think Jurel was doing good in Australia in those, like the warm-up matches and everything. Doesn't say much, but give him the chance if he's coming later on the order. And I'm saying that as the biggest Rohit fan, but you just can't do it.
Is this like his last test for India?
Hopefully last few.
Yeah, I don't know, we spoke about this in the last episode. You can't really say.
Yeah.
What if Rohit comes out and makes a double 100 in the next test? Then we want him to play in the next test. It's such a, like, we are talking about greats over here. So you don't really know what to expect. Sure, he's had a bad run of form. Maybe he turns up in the next one. I'm with Tanay. Like, I probably would drop Rohit too. And this guy. So what Abhishek has suggested is you have two options. You either drop Rohit and play Nitish as a specialist batsman, or you drop Nitish and play Akashdeep as that specialist bowler, so that we have 5 bowlers going into the next test match. We are struggling on both ends, more on the batting than the bowling. So I don't think you can drop Nitish because he's contributing so much with the bat. It just doesn't make sense. And he's been that standout player if you're trying to like really give him that responsibility and move on to like that next step as that next Indian cricket player, that red ball all-rounder, then we need to have Nitish
And
Kumar.
the article suggested you play Akashdeep instead of Nitish Kumar. It wasn't a Shami who's a proven
Yeah.
wicket taker abroad. Akashdeep is still very new. It's a gamble.
Yeah.
You can't get, I don't know, if you have a certain thing, then go for it. A gamble for a gamble, I don't think,
Makes sense.
is the best idea when this guy is already playing pretty well.
He's proven,
Yeah.
With his bat, he's proven. With the ball, not so much. Because, again, I mean, how much ever... He's gone after the bowling attack. More than anything, I think it was poor captaincy one. Very lazy, very defensive captaincy from Rohit Sharma. And it was our batting order just collapsing and not putting any runs on the board.
We gave them a target of what, 30 in the...
Yeah.
Which is absurd. That's
Less than that, I
terrible.
think, yeah.
Yeah.
It's yeah. So if anything at all, our batting should be looked at, and maybe some ruthless calls should be made on that end.
Okay.
Can I quickly? So I had my own Rohit Sharma bet. I don't know if I've spoken about this on the pod before, but this was during IPL last year, where basically I had a bet with a friend that if he scores more than 10 runs, I pay her $100. If he scores less than 10 runs, she pays me $100. If he gets out for duck, she pays 500. If he scores a 50, I pay 500. This is the Mumbai Indians captain, opening batsman, and I lost this over the entire IPL season only by 100 rupees.
Very confusing bet. Very too many variables.
I know what
did
you're
not
talking about.
understand, but
Basically,
from
he's
everything
dog shit.
Yeah. To summarize that entire bet and all the losses that Sattu has gone through, he's dog shit. There's an earthquake happening.
Sammy.
Earthquake happening. Yeah. Okay, let's move on.
Okay. F1 end of the season recap. Okay, wait. Prediction for the
BGT.
next.
Yeah, I think the first test was an anomaly. Many things went our way. Siraj playing really well. That doesn't happen consistently. So I don't know if it's going to happen again in this test match. Also, the Aussies crashing out. I don't know. The second test makes it feel like the first test was an anomaly. I feel like we are going to get smashed. And we're going to lose the series 4-1.
Oh my god, bro.
My original prediction
What
was
the
3-1
fuck?
to India, and the last test just put a very bad taste in my mouth.
No, I'm gonna go for India. Picking with my heart, not with my head.
Okay. Or we just completely throw the last test out of any consideration because it was played with a pink ball.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Yeah, and for hundreds of years they've not played with a pink ball.
All of a sudden,
Suddenly
yeah.
they just, here, pink ball, play with it. You're mad or what?
Yeah.
Like,
Ridiculous.
And these Aussies play with pink ball. Like, we should be controlling cricket. Jash, as the president of the ICC, we should...
Saffron ball.
Exactly.
The tricolour ball. The entire tricolour on the ball.
Why should we
The orange, bro. We need the orange.
Yeah, why should we stoop down to their level and play
Yeah.
with a pink ball? So if anything at all, we should do better with introducing a saffron ball. Let's start a campaign.
Done. Let's build some casuals. Orange
Hashtag
balls.
saffron ball test match.
Mangta hai.
Mangta hai, which does not swing, which does not do anything. It just spins.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just, so that our batsmen can play and our spinners. And then the debate is also settled. We get an extra spinner, get Jadeja instead of Nitish Kumar Reddy.
Yeah.
And then we just spin the ball at them throughout.
And
Done.
if we lose that, put them in a gully and start playing with a tennis ball.
Yeah, I think.
Sattu, you're pushing
Yeah,
it now.
yeah.
Now we draw the line.
Yeah, like gully and all. Then, yeah, you're changing the dynamics of the game.
Yeah.
That's not called for.
Acha, sorry.
You guys' prediction?
I had said 4-0, so I'm just going to shift it to 3-1?
4-1.
4-1.
Well, I'm not following too much, but I want India to win this whole series. So 3-2 India.
Oh yeah,
3-2.
my bet was for Australia. My prediction was
Okay,
for Australia.
I want to see India in the WTC final. I'm going back on my 4-1 to Australia to 3-1 India. I'm sticking with my original prediction.
Khalas.
It's a
Hypocrite.
It's a 5-game series, right? It's a 5-game series.
5-game series.
Yeah, so 3-2 India. Maybe one is a draw, but let's see.
Yeah.
India has to win the series, but
We have
Yeah.
to win 3 to be in contention for that
Okay.
World Test Championship
Yeah.
spot. Okay, great. Now that the predictions are out of the window, Not out of the window, but in front of us.
Yeah, out of the window. Just full pod out of the window.
F1 end of the season recap.
Yes. So running through this quickly, McLaren solidified the championship. Superb drive from Norris. Finally, got the lead at the start, held on to it throughout. There was a decent amount of pressure from the Ferraris. Leclerc had an amazing drive. I mean, he climbed up the ranks, but again, Sainz and P2 just could not catch Norris throughout the race. Piastri collided with Max right on the first lap, so bit dicey, but again, Norris managed to keep that lead, so they closed off the constructors. Neither of their drivers were born when they last won the constructors, so pretty amazing for them. And I mean, next season looks really, really interesting. Plus, finally, Hamilton in a Ferrari suit. So yeah,
I'll break that down.
Shout out Radcliffe.
Shout out Radcliffe. I'll break that down for you. There was a lot of fast driving. Some people won. Teams that were shit before won now.
And there was a couple of young guys.
And some the GOAT of the sport is now going to drive in a red car.
Schumacher is not
the
driving
GOAT
anymore.
of the sport is
No.
driving for the GOAT team.
Oh.
Schumacher is...
Hey, none of that.
Yeah. Schumacher.
He's alive now.
He
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Apparently, he is recovering. There
Great.
are rumors that
Yeah.
he attended his
But the
daughter's
GOAT
wedding.
of the sport of F1
Is Lewis Hamilton.
Is Lewis Hamilton. Okay.
Is Schumacher, right?
Zero debate.
Schumacher. Yeah, he's
Pranay,
getting...
are you trying to
You have a
rile
mic?
them up or what? What is the actual scene over here?
Schumacher...
Say
No, Schumacher is...
It's actually...
Yeah, all he knows about F1 is that I like Hamilton, so that's
Okay,
the only thing he can produce is that
So
Hamilton.
my father does when I support Arsenal, he supports the exact team that plays against it every
Yes.
single match. He doesn't support any other team but the team that's playing against
Yeah.
my team. So it is what it is.
For your downfall. Amazing.
Perez is like the Manchester United of F1. Everything was on the line. He had to fight for his seat, and he crashed in the first lap. So, well done, Sojo.
Perez,
Even I understood that, bro. Even I understood that.
Perez, Pakistan United.
Because struggle.
This Venn diagram will look amazing. Bro.
Because struggle, bro, honestly.
But talking about Perez, so Hamilton's last race with McLaren was Brazil in 2012, and his last race with Mercedes obviously was Abu Dhabi right now. But there were like 4 or 5 coincidence, like things that happened in the race that repeated exactly. So one is at that point in 2012, Red Bull's multiple-time world champion at that point, Vettel, spun out on lap 1, recovered to P6. The same thing happened with Verstappen in this race. Perez in 2012 retired on the opening lap, again retired on the opening lap in this race. A British driver got a victory for McLaren. Again, Norris won, British driver for McLaren. Spanish driver took second in a Ferrari. That time Alonso, this time Sainz. And the other Ferrari completed the podium in third place. So Massa that time and Leclerc this time.
Wow.
So inshallah another 8 championships at Ferrari.
Mother Choda understood nothing.
If you were going to say it, I was going to say it. So.
Satu is just looking for signs like what all has to happen for Ferrari to do well again.
Copium.
And he's selected all of those facts and just thrown them at you. Now it is it's on you to understand them or not, or ruminate on them or not. But basically, all things are pointing in the right direction for Satu. And if now Ferrari don't win 8 championships, whose fault is it?
See, depends. How is Hamilton driving all those years?
I don't know. I mean, it seems like he is going to drive forever.
I mean, it'll be very clear. We'll know pretty soon what happens. And the problem with Ferrari also is that even if they start the season strong, there's just no guarantee. It's like Arsenal reaching January.
Yeah.
Like shit
Oh
can
my
just
God.
go wrong.
You have this pattern, bro. Even I root for Ferrari.
this, yeah.
Even I root for them, but
Zal,
like,
you understood what he
Don't,
said?
now I got it. Now don't project.
Yeah.
But it's so
But
similar.
Ferrari
Both
is
teams
like,
are red.
Yeah.
Both their last championships were in 2004.
Take it easy.
and both have the motto of next year's IO. So
And both have had the goats.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
both are red.
We
I don't
started
know
with
if you
that.
Arsenal GOAT?
Premier League football. Henry.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure. I'll put him pretty high up there.
Y'all have Rooney, no? I would say for y'all also on your side.
Gigs, baby.
Don't do this.
I mean, he is the goat,
He is the
bro.
GOAT.
For what?
Everything.
Okay. Off field and on field or just off field?
Goat
Off-field
and
is Brandu of all time. On-field is greatest of all
For
time.
infidelity.
No, Rooney.
He's a goat brother for sure. Ryan Giggs or Rodri Giggs for letting that happen.
I've seen a lot of Verstappen hate floating around the internet. I don't know if it's recent or...
I wonder why.
What did he do? What has happened?
So one is obviously anytime you're winning, anytime you're a champion, you will have haters.
Correct.
It just comes. It's part of the package.
Yes.
Secondly, he is extremely unlikable.
Is that why no one is hating on us?
Hey, we had that one guy.
Yeah.
You did all this for 90 views
Which one?
on the
Zal
screen.
defended us with his
Oh,
life.
yeah.
In the comment section, yeah, what a prick, man. Seriously.
But yeah, I think as soon as the same thing happened with Vettel. So for context, he was also a 4-time world champion with Red Bull, and he used to be extremely likable. Then people started hating him as soon as he started winning, and he played into that persona. Like he was a dickhead on track. He would say anything he wanted in press conferences. And then as soon as he shifted out of Red Bull, and maybe he wasn't winning that much, people again really started liking him, the way he talked, and he obviously matured as well. So probably if Verstappen stops winning at any point, people will start liking him again. But primarily right now, it's just down to his driving style. He's just crashing into anyone and everyone. And
He's driving like a prick.
I think Formula 1 fans are a little sensitive. I think Verstappen is doing everything within the rules to win races, and he should do that. I like his competitive mindset. What happened with George Russell in that one incident where Russell was complaining about...
So, I don't know why this got blown out of proportion this much, and I think the drivers also kind of played into it. But basically, they had like an on-track scuffle. Russell was saying that he was blocking his
During the
qualifying lap. Yeah, and he was just being a dickhead. And he apparently, what happened is that they spoke after, and they tried kind of sorted it out. But then Russell went into the stewards' room after the race and just started bitching about Verstappen and tried to like get him a penalty while Verstappen was in the
And
room.
he got a penalty. Verstappen got a
he did
penalty,
get
and
the
then he
penalty.
started second on the grid.
Yeah, and basically Verstappen went out in the media. I think it was the Dutch media itself, and he just basically said Russell's a two-faced dickhead.
Yeah, it was awesome. Out in the press conference, he's come out and slated Russell, which kudos to you.
Love
dude.
it.
Yeah, fair enough. And like Russell, so very interestingly, I don't know if you saw the interview. I'm only looking at you right now, so I have no hope in either of them. But he basically had like speech classes when he was a kid. And if you see this interview, the way he like when he
Russell,
goes
right?
off on Max, and it's like Kendrick's Meet the Grahams, but like he talks in such a weird way. Like he doesn't pause like you do in a conversation. It's like elocution talk, like politician talk. And he's just
He's like
going-
an industry plant, basically.
yeah, he went off, right? He's like, Verstappen's a loser. As soon as something
I
doesn't
saw
go
that,
his
actually.
way, he just starts giving up on everything.
That's why I asked the question, Zal, bro. Don't give me looks. I asked this
And-
question.
Formula 1 in-house expert.
Expert.
Sitting to my left, not to my right, to my left.
But one of the most interesting things he said in that interview was, so there was one of the races, I think it was Tokyo, I don't remember, where Red Bull did like particularly bad and Max was like on smoke. He was abusing the engineers, the car, the team, everyone was getting it. And Russell said that apparently after that race, a bunch of engineers started sending their CVs to Aston Martin, Ferrari and Mercedes. So he was like, yeah, you abuse your team so much, you don't even want to work with you anymore.
So
Damn,
they're
that's
accepting
like the
CVs.
casuals, bro.
Yeah, should I send my CV? Zal, maybe you can too.
Wait, to the casuals?
No, to whichever team is accepted.
Ferrari, Mercedes and Aston Martin.
Yeah.
Send it to Red Bull now, Sammy.
Send it to Red Bull. I mean,
Do me a favor.
I was just looking at the Green Goblin quote when you were talking about Vettel. The one thing they love more than a hero is to see a hero fail, fall, die trying.
like and
That's what
subscribe.
happened.
End of show.
What a close. What
Thank
a
you so
close.
much.
Tanay, that is too good.
Chalo.